Joining me now is Beverly Hallberg, the president of District Media Group. She's also a senior fellow at the Independent Women's Forum. Thank you very much for coming on the show. Appreciate it. All right, so what do you think Starbucks is up to here?
Well, I think Starbucks is doing what a lot of corporations are doing these days, and they're trying to tiptoe around politics, say the right thing, hoping that they don't have a backlash from employees or even from government officials. But at the end of the day, thinking about Starbucks, they talk about caring about racism and fighting against it. You actually don't help the fight against racism by not calling this situation what it is, which is crime. And let's not forget, not only do they hire a lot of diverse employees, those employees are the ones that are fearful for their safety. And even if you take a look at the defund the police movement, when you talk to African Americans in this country, over 80% of them do not support defunding the police. They want a police presence there. And I think we need to get to a point in this country where we can call crime and actually figure out how to fight it, because it's not helping anyone, especially the minority communities.
Well, you mentioned backlash. Is Starbucks afraid of its own employees and its customers that if they say the truth, right, which is there's a crime problem, our employees are scared, they don't know what to do, and as a result, we've got to shut some stores, that somehow that's going to lead to backlash?
I don't think there's going to be as much backlash as they think. There is a small subset of this country who wants to shame anybody who doesn't step in lockstep with a certain ideology. So I think what you're seeing are these CEOs not speaking truth, trying to kowtow to the woke mob. But at the end of the day, there's a reason why employees probably don't want to work at Starbucks, why people don't want to go into these stores. This is a liability for Starbucks. So I think we actually have become too afraid of what a small minority in this country may say, when actually the vast majority of Americans rate crime right behind the economy as one of the main issues they have.
Yeah, and I would think that the vast majority of people, and let's call people Starbucks employees, Starbucks customers, would say if Starbucks came and said, look, we have a real problem, we want to protect our employees. We're afraid of the crime that's happening in the neighborhoods, and we want to make sure that they're safe. That's it. You ended at that. You said, people say, great, that's the kind of place I want to buy coffee. They care about their employees. They want to make sure they're not safe, but instead they have to throw in these other phrases about societal justice issues, which just have, it seems, nothing to do with the issue.
And even looking at his previous statement where he's talking about how they want to reinvent Starbucks and how they want to make Starbucks a memorable experience. Well, these aren't the type of memories you want if there's crime. And if you actually want to focus on helping your community, safety is number one. Now, one thing Howard Schultz says, and this was, of course, in the closed-door meeting, that I agree with, he said, our stores aren't set up to be able to fight crime.
Right.
And that is true. This is for local law enforcement. And, of course, it's in blue cities where we're seeing this because of defund the movement, as well as a lack of, they haven't de-incentivized crime. They've actually incentivized it by saying, we're going to get you out on bail, you're not going to be put away. And so crime is really running rampant in so many of these cities.
Really quick, what do you think of the bathroom policy?
If I was the owner, I would not have this bathroom policy. I think it makes sense that it should be for customers, because you do eliminate some of the problems you're seeing, especially in high homeless areas. There are other ways to help homeless people than to have a policy that could lead to increased drug use, which is what they're seeing in these bathrooms.
And forcing, again, the Starbucks employees to play cop inside the Starbucks.
Yeah.
Beverly Hallberg, thank you very much for coming on the show. Appreciate it.
Thank you.